with Spotify. When this podcast of Meghan Markle on Spotify was launched, in the first week, they ranked it on one of the top 10. But then obviously it fizzled out, and we have seen nowhere Meghan's podcast on the chart. Means it could not even make in the 50 top podcast on Spotify. Therefore, Spotify, and subsequently we have seen also, and I reported on this, Spotify lost millions of dollars in their shareholder investment, whatever you want to call it. And that investigation was done by myself. I looked into their stock investments and all of those things, all the charts on Google. I did my own research, and I found out that after Meghan, she started her podcast on Spotify, they were losing money big time. But this time it looks like Meghan Markle is willing to take some share of that loss when it comes to Lemonade. And not only that, I have something else. Bombshell. You are hearing probably first time from me. You probably never heard it from anybody else. What is that bombshell? Before we mention about that, just want to remind you guys, most of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. If you're one of them, consider subscribing and help me grow my channel. Now let's talk about this particular report first, and then I will tell you what is that bombshell, what the new talk is going on about Lemonada, Meghan Markle, and all those things. So basically, this article is talking about Meghan Markle's new podcast deal with Lemonada Media could see her make a significant financial loss. Again, she is now taking the burden of the loss. Unlike with Spotify, she wanted the whole paycheck. I believe it was like $19 million. This time, she is willing to take the chance, and she's saying, no, don't pay me. I'm willing to talk on your platform, using your platform. You do not need to pay me as much as Spotify paid. In fact, you know what? Just let me be on your platform. That's all I want. So Lemonada Media could see her make a significant financial loss, as the smaller independent company has less revenue than the audio giant Spotify. The question is now, obviously, this is the biggest question, I guess. Are you ready for the question? The question is why Meghan Markle is doing this. If she is going to be suffering this huge loss, because remember, she still has to employ people to organize the podcast. She still has to invite guests on her podcast. She still has to do her work, all of those things. It will cost a good amount of money. And I'm sure that this time Lemonada is not going to spend as much money. So Meghan might have to, I don't know if she will spend money from her own pocket. I don't believe that will happen, but it is still going to cost a lot of money for her to set up the whole thing. And then on top of it, you have also other costs having this on the chart and all of those things. And so why Meghan, this is the biggest question, why Meghan is doing this? Well, what I understand, there are two reasons for Meghan Markle going to Lemonada, even though she will be losing money. Number one is popularity. She is desperate to get a platform. She wants to have that image from people's mind removed that she was fired from Spotify, and that Spotify executive, he called them, both Meghan and Harry, grifters. Effing grifters, actually. She doesn't want that. Therefore, she is desperate for a PR, new opportunity that will make her able to kind of like remove this from people's mind, especially from Sussex Squad, that she was a big failure. And number two, obviously looks like to me, the reason she would still go to Lemonada after wasting so much time of her and also ours, if we are listening to her podcast, is because of the obvious reason, which is that she wants to talk more rubbish. If you are someone who believe that, well, she's not going to trash the monarchy when she'll do Lemonada, I can tell you, she may not do it in the beginning, but as she would see that people are really not interested in her Lemonada's story, all those nonsense, I'm pretty sure, slowly but surely incorporate her experience with the monarchy, i.e., trashing the monarchy. So this is the second reason why I believe she is going with this Lemonada podcast, even though she is going to be losing a lot of money. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle first moved to US to set themselves up independently from the royal family, they signed a number of entertainment deals, including one with Spotify to produce their own podcast series. However, Archetypes was pulled just after one series of 12 episodes, even though the Duchess of Sussex or Duchess of I thought of a name, actually I forgot that title. Duchess of Lemonada interviewed some impressive celebrity guests such as Serena Williams and Mariah Carey. Now, what is that bombshell I just mentioned to you in the beginning of this video about Lemonada and Meghan Markle? Well, let's talk about that. So according to one report, now it is not only that Meghan Markle is going to be losing big money by going on Lemonada platform, but because of her brand, American Riviera, Orchard, Nerd, Skirt, Dirt, whatever you want to call it. Lemonada is now saying to Meghan Markle, we are very, very worried. This is coming from an insider report, insider source. You may not have heard about this. You're probably hearing it from me first time. But this is what we have found out, that Meghan Markle, right now, we do not know if Lemonada will pull the contract. Would they back out of it? We do not know exactly 100% sure. But what we know for sure is that there is a growing concern among Lemonada employees and staffer or the executives that they are now hesitant to hire Meghan Markle for Lemonada. Why? The question is obviously why. Why would they do this? I mean, all of a sudden, what's wrong with Meghan Markle? She's rolling so fast, so fine, and she's doing okay. Lemonada is happy to have her on board. I mean, this is why they brought her in. Well, the main reason why Lemonada, I think they will pull the plug sooner or later. They are going to pull the plug on Meghan Markle, just like Spotify. The reason they want to do it this time, the reason the concern is growing is because, you ready? They are saying that, look, she is working with her own brand, American Riviera, Orchard, Dirt, Skirt, whatever you call it. How can she also manage to do a podcast at the same time? Because the only way she can do it, the only way she can do this podcast with Lemonada is if she has complete dedication. You heard it right. If Meghan Markle is going to be wanting some money from here, some money from there, some money from there, some money from her Clever, product, if you remember the coffee brand, then she is spreading too thin, and Lemonada doesn't want to take that kind of risk. They do not want people who has so many things going on in their life and come to work and not be able to deliver, because Meghan is a failure and Lemonada already, they know it. But the only way Meghan Markle can really succeed is if she is dedicated to her podcast. And this is not something Lemonada is seeing in Meghan Markle. So in addition to the loss that Meghan Markle is incurring, and I mean, this is why she is willing to take that loss. This loss for Meghan Markle is pre-planned, is calculated. And she is willing to take the hit because she wants to do everything at the same time. And obviously there is another report that suggests that this whole American Riviera, Orchard, Skirt, Dirt is already a failure. There are many, many red flags. We'll talk about that in a separate video. But guys, I want to know your opinion too at the same time. What you think? Should Lemonada pull the plug on Meghan Markle even before they start, or should they wait, or what should happen? Let me know. Share your opinion with me online here on this channel. I have some comments here. Colin, Tanya, thank you guys. Karina, Tanya, thank you. Kamal, Martin, I really appreciate your time for coming to my channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.